is Jasmine Vincent. As you know, I am a realtor here in Charlotte, North Carolina, and I am here with a very special series, and this is for my first time home sellers. So this series is going to be all about how we can market and stage a property. And I'm so excited because we have a special guest here today who's going to talk to us all about professional staging. All right, and joining me today is a very special guest, Miss Carla Peters with Lotta Staging Design. Thank you so much for joining me today.
Thank you, Jasmine, for having me. I'm so excited.
Yes, awesome. So she's going to give us some really cool tips and pointers on how to stage a property, what things to look for. And she's going to tell us all about how to stage a property the right way with a professional company. So, thank you for joining me today.
Absolutely.
I want to start off here by talking about who you are and who your company is and how you got started.
Well, I am Carla Peters, the head designer and owner of Lotta Staging Design. We're a Euro company, so we're still a baby, but we're making our strides. Staging and design has always been in me. Coming up, I would decorate, family, friends, co-workers, spaces, or spruce them up to where people were like, you really should be getting paid for this, or you really should really be doing this. And so I'm like, okay, why not? I market myself as the Black Martha Stewart.
Okay.
I cook, I bake, and I decorate.
Yes.
So here we are with the
that.
decorating portion.
Okay, cool. I love it.
Yeah.
So, basically, what you do is stage a property for the sale, preparing for the sale of a home.
That's correct.
Okay, but you also have another side of your clients, which is people who just want a new, fresh look or design for their homes,
Exactly.
right? Okay, cool.
The staging side, what staging would be is it benefits the seller mostly. And what that looks like is me as a designer, home stager, will come in and make that property aesthetically pleasing to the masses more so than that individual person. You want to be careful not to put your own style and your own, flair in there, because somebody walking in, that may turn them completely off and deter them. So staging is basically that, keeping it fresh, keeping it neutral, keeping it open. So a potential buyer can walk in and visualize actually living in that space and visualize, oh, this is how I can set up, and actually see like, wow, this is home for me.
Right.
Yeah.
They can put themselves in the room.
Exactly.
And where do you come up with like the designs for these things? Do you have to do research with magazines or videos, or how do you get your inspiration?
Part of it is just talent.
Yeah.
And you do have to do your research. But in the front of that, you want to talk to the client, because whether it's the seller or an actual person that lives in their home and they're trying to sell their home, you still want to talk to them and kind of get an idea of what direction they want to go in for that space. And me as the stager and the designer, I just convinced them, like, we don't want to put reds and greens and oranges and pinks, in this space.
Right.
We want to just keep it a warm, neutral tone. That's right.
How much would someone need to actually have their home professionally staged? Like, how much do they need in their budget, or is there different levels to it? How does that work?
There is, how they say, there's levels to this.
Okay.
There are levels to it. One thing about staging, the costs that are involved, obviously you have to pay the stager or the designer fee. Then there are fees like furniture rental, accessory rental, and you also want to consider the mortgage for that space. I would say have a good 90 days maybe of money to cover that.
Right.
Because it could be immediate that the property is listed. It could be 90 days or more before the property is sold, or it could be longer. So you want to factor that in, all of that. But I will say this: a home that is staged prior to listing, homes that are staged prior to listing sell over 75% faster than homes that are staged after they're listed. Do you know what I mean?
Yes.
So it's very beneficial, if it's within a budget, to stage a home prior to listing that home.
Right. Well, I think that is a great thing. I mean, I definitely know personally, when I'm taking my buyers around and we see a staged property, it's like, it gives you that wow factor, like, okay, this might be something that we really need to consider. But I did want to ask you as well, because I know you do professional staging and you bring in furniture and your and other pieces and things. But do you ever stage someone's property that they already have their furniture in there?
Yeah, that's called an occupied stage. Basically, what we do is we just use what's there, what's usable in their space. If they have a budget to bring in more aesthetics, if they have the budget to bring in cosmetics, should I say, to make it more aesthetically pleasing, then we definitely do that. It's definitely helpful.
Okay.
Yeah, but we
But
try
your
to work with
preference
them.
would be to have it all fresh and
Clean
empty
slate,
and
yeah.
yes.
New
okay.
construction, new renovation staging. Yeah, that's the funnest because it's like you get a. It's like an artist when you have a clean canvas and you just can create.
Nice.
Yeah.
Okay.
To the designer or the stager, it has to be a good fit. It can't, you can't just have any person just come in and do my home. It's still an energy. It's still like a relationship that has to be there. Do you know what I mean? Preference is clean slate, but we work with people who have.
So you have a designer, or you work with a designer on the project. It's not just you, the stager. Are you both?
It is. I'm the owner, operator, creator, everything. Now I do. If I have a, like, hey sis, what do you think in this space? Like, would you do this dresser or that dresser? So I have design friends, who I can reach out to, just for for assurance. You know what I mean? Because we all need help, a little help at some point. So it's primarily my design. And my thing is, if the customer, the client, if they love it, that's who I'm trying to please. I'm trying to make sure they are satisfied with the space that they want to make.
In your opinion, what are the top 3 things to focus on when you're staging a home? Like, is it the lights or the floors, or what is it?
I would say it's the rooms. People tend to migrate toward living rooms and spaces.
Okay.
Kitchens, for whatever reason, is a popular space. And the master bedroom.
Right.
Those are the 3 rooms that people focus on the most. And so when you're staging a property, those are the 3 rooms that they primarily want to have staged.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So we come in, well, not everyone comes into the kitchen, but we come in and look at the kitchen. You're right. That's where I spend a lot of my time eating, not necessarily cooking.
And sometimes talking and chatting. You just gather in the kitchen. Yeah.
So I can see that. Definitely the master, because that's where, you're
that's your retreat.
That's your room, right?
Yeah.
And then you also said
the living room, yeah.
Okay.
For comfort, you're like, oh man, if you're a guy, like, can I sit here and eat some wings and watch the game? If you're a lady, do you watch? I'm not a Lifetimer. No, nothing against anybody that is, but watch Lifetime movies or whatever. So yeah, it's yeah. Okay, what should you know? I would say that when you're staging a home, you want to find a designer. Although it's staging and it's for you to sell the home, you want to find a designer that you believe in their work. You're comfortable with their style and their taste. You don't want to just grab any old stager or any old designer and bring them into your space. You want somebody that you can work with, the energy is there, and you feel like that they're going to do the job that you need them to do. And you also want a stager or a designer that's going to be a good communicator and very transparent with you. Sometimes people may want things that is not possible for that space. Some people want things where their budget may not work for that space. And so as a designer, again, it's up to me to work with your budget and to make that space happen for you so that you can get the goal that you're looking for.
Well, thank you so much again for coming out and filming this video with me. I think a lot of people are going to learn a lot about staging and why it's always better to use a professional for these types of things if you want to sell your property. So thank you for supporting. Please tell the people how they can support your business.
Well, first, you can go to my social media pages and start following me and liking everything that you just love. You can, on Instagram, I'm Lotta_staging_design. That's on Instagram. And on Facebook, it's Lotta Staging Design, LLC. And you can also go to our website, lottastagingdesign.com.
Awesome. Well, thank you guys for tuning in. Definitely tune in next week, same time, for the next video in the series where we're going to be talking about the do's and don'ts of designing your home. So I appreciate all the love and support, and we'll chat soon.